How's it going, everybody? It is iVisual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus Christian over here in the UBERS tier. So if you do enjoy these, make sure to hit that like button on the video, and the team I'm using is in the description down below if you do want to try it out. A really nice, fun, hyper-offensive UBERS team for you. Lead Deoxys speed, max HP, max speed with Focus Sash on there, Stealth Rocks, Spikes. It's really nice. And just 5 offensive Uber Bonds that are busted. Geomancy, Xerneas, Primal Groudon with Dual Dance, Swords Dance, Rock Polish, Precipice Blades, Stone Edge, and then we have Arceus Ground, Swords Dance, Substitute Stone Edge and Earthquake, Ground DMZ. It's really nice. So we lead off with he leads off with Arceus. I lead off with Deoxys Speed, get my Stealth Rocks up turn 1. And he decides to Calm Mind up. I did not expect that versus with an Arceus Water, actually. I thought he would be just like maybe Defog, Judgment, with Recover and Will-O-Wisp. Maybe he could have, yeah, they definitely have Ice Beam. He could not have Judgment. I mean, Arceus Water can run a lot, obviously because it's an Arceus. I just did not expect Calm Mind, but I have ran Calm Mind Arceus before, but not a lead one. Well, actually, no, I have. But just didn't expect it from his team, honestly. Because I was running a meme team. I was running like Cottony and Pikachu and UBERS, so that's why I was running lead Arceus Water with a Calm Mind. But yeah, he just let off with that. I mean, this team doesn't look like a meme team. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. So Deoxys is usually a suicide lead. We just get up those hazards, try and prevent hazards as much as possible from the opposing opponent and their Pokemon, and then we hopefully bring in one of our offensive Pokemon and try and sweep them. And also we do have Focus Sash on Rayquaza as well, so that's why we want to prevent Stealth Rocks, so especially from getting on our side of the field. So, gonna go for a Rock Polish. I know I could take 2 hits from the Arceus Water. You can't go for Judgment because of the Desolate Land. It makes water moves, evaporate, and they just pretty much, Primal Groudon's immune to it if you forget about the Desolate Land and its ability. That's why Primal Groudon is so dang good. 4 times weak to water, but not really because of Desolate Land. So yeah, hit him up with 2 Precipice Blades. I didn't want a Swords Dance and just miss. I'd rather just try and hit 2, because hey, I'd get something out of at least 1 Precipice Blades. Like, I don't want to miss just 1, and then he just knocks me out after I Swords Dance. So that's why I wanted to go for 2, because 2 still knocked him out, which is nice. Now in comes Rayquaza to revenge me. He goes for E-Speed, knocks me out. I didn't really want to keep Primal Groudon, because there's no real way to, bring it back to full health. And, yeah, I just need everything else as healthy as possible. I just didn't really need it anymore because it was low too. So now I bring in Duskmane and my Necrozma with a beautiful Rock Polish, Adamant Nature, max speed, max attack. He actually went for Dragon Dance, which I was saddened by because I was hoping he would just like attack me. So now that I'm faster, I can go for a Sun Steel Strike and hope that I can maybe knock out Rayquaza from range of that. But nope, Rayquaza lives just on a sliver of HP. A sliver. And it's able to hit me up with a +1 Earthquake. That's going to do a lot. And activate our Weakness Policy right there. Shout out to Weedletunu for inventing Weakness Policy. Every time you use Weakness Policy, you got to shout him out. That's just the rules of life. And yeah, he has the E-Speed just going to knock me out because that Earthquake did a ton when he was at +1. Unfortunately, my Duskmane did not get to utilize its Weakness Policy. But hey, I could bring in my Rayquaza, it's Focus Sash, I should be able to live anything, but he actually didn't even go for E-Speed versus my Rayquaza, which is interesting, because maybe he just thought that I wouldn't go for E-Speed, I don't know, but he probably should have, because I was going for my E-Speed. Maybe he was just hoping that I didn't have it, or maybe he just forgot, I don't know. Maybe he was just thinking like, yeah, I can just go for Dragon Ascent and knock this out, or bring it to its Focus Sash, or, he wasn't even probably thinking of Focus Sash, I don't know. But, hey, it works out for me. He didn't bring my Focus Sash, so now I could Swords Dance freely on the Xerneas pretty nicely. Because even if he brings me down to my Focus Sash, I'm still going to be faster. Even if he Geomancied, I still have my Focus Sash. So, it's a win-win scenario for me to go for Swords Dance, and Xerneas doesn't carry priority. So now I can go for a +2 Dragon Ascent on the Xerneas, and hopefully knock it out. I mean, it should. It's +2 Jolly Nature, not Adamant, but should be able to. And usually Xerneas are not max speed. They're going to be running like Modest Nature, so that's why I do outspeed the Xerneas right there. Because a max speed Xerneas could outspeed a max speed Rayquaza, but nobody runs that. Unless you run into that one dude that runs it. And he's like, yeah, dude, this is the truth. I'm running max speed Xerneas. Like, okay, you can do what you want. can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, most people, they run modest. So, that's awesome for me. And now in comes the Giratina, knocks me out. His last Pokemon. Rayquaza went on a tear right there, man. That Swords Dance just slaps people. And he actually surprised me. I did not expect Shadow Sneak on the Giratina. You don't see that. Like, I've never really seen that too much. And then he actually carries the Shadow Force as well, which I did not expect at all. But hey, maybe he's a bulk up Giratina. I remember I was trying to sweep the Giratina. I was running bulk up. It's kind of hard to do. It's a lot better when it's just a special attacking one, but it's hard to sweep a Giratina, that's for sure. Because it's just slow, and there's a lot of fairies and stuff that can take it on. So I'm going to take the Shadow Force to the face because Xerneas is defensive. Always run defense EVs when you run Geomancy. It's just the way to go. So you can take hits from, you know, Primal Groudon and stuff like that. So extreme speeds in the tier, all that jazz. And now that he is back to the surface from the Shadow Realm, we can knock him out with the Moonblast. And his last one is going to be Primal Groudon. We shouldn't be able to one-shot Primal Groudon, since Primal Groudons are usually always able to take one hit from a +2 Xerneas. But it's still going to do good damage and put it in range for anything I want for my Arceus ground in the back. And this was a really close game. But I should be able to just win with Arceus ground clicking Earthquake. Even if he clicks Rock Polish over here, Xerneas will hopefully still maybe outspeed him, unless he's running max speed Primal Groudon, but nobody really runs Rock Polish max speed because, I don't know, it's just not a set. But hey, like I said, some people could, because, you know, some people be crazy. They like to do whatever they want and not follow the standard, which, hey, you could do. But I'm just saying that's the standard sets. And yeah, Arceus ground, I just try to hit a Stone Edge because I'm just flexing over here just because I know I can win already. Sometimes when I know I can win 100%, I just like to try and see if I can give the opponent a chance to win. So I just click Stone Edge multiple times, and I did miss one, but I don't miss two. I was hoping that maybe one could just knock him out, but two is the way to go, to knock out Primal Groudon with 2 Stone Edges. It lived with 1. So unfortunately, he did miss a Blades on that Arceus ground. He could have won right there, because I did give him a chance to come back. But unfortunately, Arceus ground hits those 2 Stone Edges, and that's going to be GG versus Christian. Pretty nice game. Came down to the wire, 1v1 scenario. I like that a lot. That's like my favorite games, is when it comes down to the wire and it's 1v1 scenario. Speaking of 1v1s, I need to do some more 1v1s for Wi-Fi. They're doing a suspect test for Dragonite too. Because 1v1 is a totally different meta. And I want to get into that for Wi-Fi. But yeah, expect some 1v1s here soon. Next up we got is versus Jeremiah. It looks like he has his own hyper offensive team with Deoxys Speed and a Blaziken as well. So maybe Mega Blaziken, we'll see. And probably a Geomancy Zern, could be DD or Swords Dance Rayquaza. Primal Groudon could be Rock Polish like mine, maybe Swords Dance. And he has a random H-Slash. I don't know if it's weakness policy, I don't know if it's Swords Dance, or it's just especially defensive for other Xerneases, which, I mean, hey, you always got to have a Xerneas check on a team. I respect that, that's for sure. Always have a Xerneas check. If you go into UBERS without a Xerneas check, that's a recipe for disaster. I'll tell you that much. So, we both lead off with Deoxys Speeds. Nothing new. His name is Don't Worry, which is pretty interesting. And unfortunately, he goes for the Magic Coat and taunts me right back because I went for Taunt and it just bounces that right back. So, I go for Struggle, just trying to break his Focus Sash most likely. I mean, he could be Rocky Helmet, that's a set as well on Deoxys Speed. But, yeah, I mean, my Deoxys Speed has Skill Swap. That's mainly for Magic Bouncers like Mega Sableye in the tier, because sometimes you could run a Mega Sableye or even Mega Diancie. And you'd want to Skill Swap them so you can take their Magic Bounce so you can get a passage versus them. That's why I don't have Magic Coats, and that's why I went for a Taunt versus. But, I mean, they both could work. Magic Coat is good versus opposing lead Deoxys Speeds like he did versus me. So I go into my Arceus ground because I know Arceus ground can take any hits from the Deoxys, and it just has a good matchup overall versus his team. Like, looking at his team, it has coverage for everything. Ground and rock. Pretty good coverage. So he does pack Psycho Boost, which is also something you could run on Deoxys Speed. Me personally, I just like to have my Suicide Leads just, you know, all out tacticians, I guess you could say. They didn't really have attacking moves, but it's always good to have an attacking move on a Pokemon, that's for sure. Can't go wrong with that. It's just I like to get up all my hazards, you know. So, and I always have a chance to get up all my hazards too. So he brings in Rayquaza. He's gonna go for the E-Speed. He's gonna be Life Orbed as well. So I guess that's why he thought he would knock me out. But Arceus Crown does tank it, and I get a nice Stone Edge off on his Rayquaza. So that's awesome for me. He's gonna go for another E-Speed and knock out my Arceus Crown. If only I was Rocky MZ, but Rocky MZ will turn me into a Rock type, not a Ground type. We don't use Arceus Rock around here, right? Maybe. I mean, I've seen some stall teams run that, and I have ran that before too, but not on this team, because Arceus Ground is just a lot more, I guess, reliable than Arceus Rock. That's for sure. So, yeah, I'm going to bring in Deoxys Speed, get my rocks up, because I want those up to, you know, potentially break any Focus Sashes if he has any. Probably not, since he has a Xerneas, Primal Groudon, H-Slash left, but hey, maybe, we'll see. Rayquaza is going to go down to the Light Orb right there. He went for E-Speeds versus Mad Deoxys Speed. He should have just went for a Dragon Ascent. I don't know, I guess he was just scared maybe if I had Ice Beam or move to knock him out. Or maybe just thought that maybe he would knock me out with the Extreme Speed or hopefully get a crit. That could be an option too. So, I bring in my Groudon. He has the same idea and brings in his Groudon. So, we'll see who wins a speed tie and gets the Precipice Blades off. His Primal reverts first, so hey, maybe he's faster. I mean, I know it doesn't work like that, but maybe that's a telling sign that his is going to outspeed mine and clap me with a Blades. Hopefully I can, you know, dodge or outspeed his and hit him back with the Blades and then knock his out. We'll see. It's the 1v1 scenario. So he does go for Stone Edge. Misses. So I was like, what? Okay. Why'd you go for that? Versus Primal Groudon. And then I hit him with a critical hit Blades. Yeah, that definitely matters. Huh, sure. Adamant max attack, Primal Groudon, for sure. Definitely doesn't KO another Groudon. Even if it's max defense, probably always KOs it. But then he brings in Blaziken. I'm like, okay, 5-head activate. I'm going to switch out because I think this is going to be Mirror Move Blaziken. I've ran that before. I've swept with that before. This is probably Z Mirror Move. He wanted me to knock his Primal Groudon out with the Blades so that he can copy that. Because Mirror Move, what it does, if it's Z, raises your attack by 2, and then it copies the last move that was used of the opposing Pokemon that's on the field. And then goes for the Groundium Z, and then boom, shakalaka ding dong, goodbye Primal Groudon. That's pretty much what would have happened. And then he raises his speed as well with that speed boost, and then Blaziken would have been a massive threat. So my 5-head is like, okay, we got to switch on out, because I don't want him to go for that Groundium Z. I go into Rayquaza, and lo and behold, he was a Z move. Pretty much moral of the story. So, yeah, I don't lose my Primal Groudon because, hey, I might have needed that, I don't know. Because he has H-Slash and a Xerneas, and those guys are terrifying. Even though I do have Necrozma as well. So yeah, Blaziken does not defeat my Rayquaza because he just doesn't have Stone Edge. He had knockoff, but that's not going to knock out my Ray. This is awesome. And yeah, now in comes Zern. I'm just going to go for the Dragon Ascent, get some good damage on him, and then he goes for Geomancy, and I'm like, oh no, baby boo, that Dragon Ascent did too much damage to you. You're going to get knocked out by an Extreme Speed unless you're like max defense Xerneas, which, judging from that Dragon Ascent, I doubt it. Looking at that damage. But I have ran a max defense Xerneas before. They're pretty nice. And defensive, you'd be surprised how many hits they can live. I mean, Xerneas, it's one of the most broken Pokemon, so, I mean, who's not surprised? But, so this one is on max defense, and he gets clapped by that Extreme Speed. And there's just been so many Rayquazas with that Extreme Speed these battles. I mean, it's just a really reliable, good move. Gotta have that for those offensive teams. In comes H-Slash. He doesn't pack Shadow Sneak, but he could be packing Weakness Policy and be slow. So hey, maybe we'll see that. And maybe he could come back with the H-Slash. My boy, my favorite Pokemon, my favorite shiny too. I go for Earthquake. Obviously, he's gonna live that, but no Weakness Policy activated, so that's in fourth. So maybe it's just a bulky H-Slash. Maybe he's Z-Move, I don't know. But he is Z-Move Blaziken, so it is gonna be a bulky H-Slash with leftovers. That's what I expected. Now I'm just going to go into Xerneas because, hey, maybe give him a shot to come back. And maybe I could hit some Thunders as well, because sometimes I like to just go for the moves that have a really low shot of hitting and see if it could hit, just for the stunt. So I go for Thunder. And he's going to go into his, you know, shield form, obviously, because he wants to take hits better. He is going to be in Blade form. You have really low defenses. That's the thing with H-Slash. You have that King Shield, so you can, you know, change your stances really quickly, and you go into offensive mode to Blade form, and then you can go into defensive mode with the shield form. So More of the story is get Sword and Shield because you can battle him. Unless you don't want to. Then don't. But yeah, just gonna try and hit some Thunders. I mean, I got it probably in the bag because I still have my Primal Groudon. I still got my Necrozma with Earthquake. Even though Shadow Ball will do a lot, it won't knock me out. He probably doesn't have Shadow Sneak. He has Gyro Ball. He has Shadow Ball, most likely. I think he went for that. Versus Rayquaza. Or he went for Gyro Ball, I don't know. And then he has King Shield. And most likely Toxic as well. That's what I like to run on my H-Slashes with the max HP, max special defense in the tier. Really good Xerneas checks. And as you can see, it beats Xerneas. Even if I Geomanced, he'd probably still take some Moonblast. And probably not a Thunder though, from the range he was at, but if it was max HP, he would take it. And especially when I raised my speed by 2 with the Geomancy, Gyro Ball would boom. Probably one-shot Xerneas. I think it's a roll. Might be a roll. Because Xerneas likes to run a lot of defense EVs. But now, it's time to finish off the game, going to Primal Groudon, and just firm handshakes to Jeremiah to knock out his H-Slash. But he's going to still try and, hope for a dodge maybe, and then bring it back. So he's going to go for King Shield. That's not going to save him from a Blaze, that's for sure. It feels at max HP, maybe he could live one. Maybe. But I highly doubt it, because his max tag out of it isn't going to blow it back. And yeah, that's going to be GG versus Jeremiah. So nice quick Uber games for you today. Really fun hyper offense. Gotta love Uber's hyper offense. It's just you click buttons and go. And sometimes you gotta predict and preserve the Pokemon that you know you need for the opponents, because sometimes you really gotta think like, okay, what do I need to win this game, and what do I need healthy as well, and what do I need a sack as well, so I can bring something in and take advantage of their Pokemon. And he was trying to do that with his Primal Groudon, sacking it so he can bring in his Blaziken. But alas, my 5-head was in my mind. Sometimes it's not, sometimes it's like YOLO. But this time I was like, okay, I gotta switch. I realized that Z-Mer move, so I switched, and it worked out. So I could have maybe gotten swept. I don't know. But I still had Necrozma, Duskmane, not Ultra Necrozma. And that could have probably still knocked out H-Slash with Earthquake. So yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I'll see you in the next Wi-Fi battle or stream. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links is in the description down below. Peace, peace.